afternoon, everyone. This is RAND. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, March 19, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We have a time for change call tonight at after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. The miracle is that as you awaken, so too does this whole universe, Pure Velyad. Now make sure that you're in a comfortable position with no outside distractions, relaxing into the body, focused on your breath rising and falling, and being as still as possible. Everything has a natural order and perfection within it. No matter how it may appear, chaotic, whatever, there is a natural order and perfection within it. This divinely orchestrated universe is easy to see, feel, and experience when we simply focus our attention in its direction. As we know, what we put our energy on grows stronger. The more we take time to look at the beauty and the perfection around us, the more we will see, feel, and experience this awesome divine energy that is within all beings and things on this planet. It's only our mind that stops us from perceiving the divine in every experience, being, and thing. And the mind tends to complain about things that it perceives as a bad or wrong because these things are not in alignment with its plans and expectations. The mind would like everything to go according to its agenda and can think it is the supreme ruler of its universe. Truly, it has no idea how our whole life is going to look once it is finished. While the mind may grumble and get upset about certain experiences, we can always step back from the mind, see the gift in every perceived negative event. Wherever there is an open mind, there is the possibility of seeing the positive within everything. How do you view things? Do you see the positive within everything? By looking at any event with humility and a long, deep, quiet curiosity, the perception pendulum inside the mind will swing from negative to positive. With enough childlike innocence and courageous introspection, we will start to understand that everything happens for a bigger purpose. This reason is not always evident at first, yet each event is always created by an all-loving, intelligent universe that is helping us to live our life's mission all the time. If life were a big, beautiful puzzle, the mind would only be able to perceive one piece of the puzzle and not the entire assembled masterpiece. The conscious mind, it just isn't big enough to comprehend how all of the pieces of this deeply complex universal puzzle of life all fit synchronistically together. Now, only when the mind drops can we catch a glimpse of the bigger picture. Only when it is one with this universe will it truly understand and see this perfection everywhere, all the time. The universal grand design, if you will, is already perfectly in place. All the pieces of this mysterious puzzle are exactly right, even if the mind judges them not to be. The perceived imperfections that we see are actually our path to freedom. We see the purpose of the mind is to continually grow, open, learn, and expand to the point that it realizes it is one with this universal mind. The mind creates these misperceptions just so it can one day know what perfection truly is and really appreciate it. We really don't know what love is until we've experienced a loss of love. Everything has its opposite to give us contrast so that we can have many different experiences to learn and grow from. This is where I always talk about, if we didn't have these comparisons, it would be a super challenge. I mean, like if we didn't know the difference between hot and cold, or love or hate, or peace, tranquility, or irritation, anxiety. See, this is why we have all these things. There's always an opposite. This is why we always have the yin and yang. There's always an opposite, no matter what it is. And this is how we learn, and we make these comparisons. And it's like, I'm not gonna touch that. That's really hot. That'll burn the crap out of my hand. The mind often gets in the way of us seeing and knowing that this perfection is all around us. It believes it is solely responsible for managing our entire world. And that if one little thing is not right, it throws a huge raging fit. It tends to think that it's the general manager of this universe. Now, when your world does not seem perfect to the mind right now, take a giant step back from the mind. This will help you to experience a more universal perspective. Once you get even a tiny glimpse of this awesome, divine, holographic, conscious matrix, the mind will be humbled, relax a bit, and start to see more of the divinity in everything. That might sound strange, but when eating a meal, notice the perfection of the food. While you are driving, focus on how perfect it is if someone cuts you off in traffic, or if there's a traffic jam 25 miles long. See the perfection in your children, partner, or housemate. At the end of the day, bathe in the deep knowingness that all is divine. You spend all your time exploring the feelings in your body, mind, and heart, that everything is perfect and exactly as it should be. Notice how different you feel after spending the day acknowledging the perfection in everything. You will see that this habit creates a new perspective on this life that does something very magical to your entire being. And when you trust this universe, your ability to manifest your desires dramatically increases. You start naturally sending out a higher vibration of energy that attracts to you what you desire. Let go of the mind and start enjoying the perfection that is around you, from the smallest flower to the tallest skyscraper. See, these bodies that we're in, they're like while we're in them, they're like a channel for the inexhaustible spiritual source of energy, love, creativity that is found only in the present moment. It's not found anywhere else. It's not yesterday or tomorrow. It's only in the present moment, the now. And the more present we are, the more our body opens to this manifesting power, and the richer our experience of this life becomes. With a consistent, relaxed yet focused awareness on what we want instead of what we do not want, we will naturally and continuously manifest amazing things. That sounds really simple, doesn't it? But how many of us know how to get there? And once we get there, how many of us know how to stay there? I've said this many times. Everything that we need is inside of us. We don't need anything else. It's all inside of us. This entire universe and its divine consciousness is our very nature. This has total command over all the elements, atoms, subatomic particles, thought forms in existence. This is the truth of who we are. We were told by others that we are a body, a name, an identity that has certain beliefs and limitations. Of course, these are all ideas about who you are, and only a fraction of the truth of what and who you truly are. A fraction of truth, just a little bit. To truly comprehend the powerful manifesting being you are, you simply need to experience it for yourself. To have this experience, you need to access your infinite potentiality by practicing dropping deeply inside. There is a deep stillness and silence within you always that is intimately connected to the all-loving divine universal intelligence in the present moment. There exists an inner knowing and understanding that you are all-powerful and extremely magical. This body, mind, universe are a magical hologram in which you can create anything you desire at any time. When you have a consistent positive flow of intention and high emotional energy toward any desired outcome, this sacred magical universe has to assist you in the present moment. Now, the great discovery here is in what each of these 3 steps that I just shared with you have in common. The real power of manifesting is only possible when we are truly showing up in the present moment. That's it. How many of us are in the present moment? The now. That's the only place where we will be able to truly manifest our desires. Everybody has tried everything else. It's always outside. It's this or doing that. And what happens? Well, there's a lot of frustration, a lot of disappointment, a lot of suffering. That's why. Because not in the now. The instant we stop being 100% engaged in what our now experience of life is, by getting up in our heads about the past or the future, life loses its juicy flavor, deeper spiritual meaning, and overall divine manifesting experience. With an open and centered energy, our thoughts manifest from our core creative self and we magically co-create our life. Nothing is the same. We don't, it might look the same, right, from one day to the next, but it's changed. And you can't go back. A lot of people think, well, I'm going to go back through this. But it's not the same. This moment, the moment, already has changed the second you think you've arrived. That's how fast the divine presence is. The moment moves and flows much faster than the mind can ever dream of going. The mind can never, ever catch the present moment. When it actually does catch up, the mind is no longer there. You reach a state of no mind, or as we call it, nirvana. It may sound strange to many of us, but we are here to master the mind out of existence. That's it. It's what we're doing. It's what these meditations. It's learning about all of this and then committing to it. Because, see, this is all about higher expansion, a much higher vibrational frequency, which is where? Within us. Doesn't it make sense that we're like these bodies are like a conduit of light energy? And so we use the body to manifest higher and higher vibrational frequencies so that we attract what we desire in the present moment. You wander off and you're thinking about things, who knows, it might be a long time into the future. Or then other things from long time ago from the past kind of sneak their way in. And you begin to realize that this is all dead, gone stuff. What is it coming up here for? And you take a glance at it and you figure out why is that there? Okay. All right. And then you move on. And it's the same with the future. Future things and stuff start coming in. And you're projecting and thinking and talking to yourself about this way down the road. And then you stop yourself and you say, that's not even here. The only thing I truly have is the now, this present moment. And it brings you into that true reality of the now. Now, it is seductive because of what you're talking to yourself about, and you're projecting out and different things. It might be however long into the future. It's kind of exciting and it's enticing and it's seductive. But then you stop and you say, nope, that isn't even there. Why am I putting my energy into that? The only thing I have is the now. That's it. It's all any of us have. And in the now is where all the magic is. It's where our manifesting powers are the greatest. It's where we can attract anything we desire. It's where we don't have noise, the mind chatter, the noise. A lot of people call it noise. I wish I could get rid of this noise. Sometimes it gets deafening. And so, once we surrender our life to the present moment for many days and weeks, we will have a shift in consciousness that is so profound that our life will never, ever be the same. This is a dynamic transformation. It will unfold through you, and you'll see that manifesting your desires is effortless and joyful. Miraculous synchronistic events will become your everyday life. A sense of inner peace will prevail. And within each moment, there will only be time for you to shine your light onto the world. Surrendering to the present moment is how you bring truth, vision, purpose, and meaning to your life and step into being the divine, magnificent being you truly are. You see all this scuttlebutt that we interact with, right? The ups, the downs, the disappointments, and then the excitements, and the fun, and all that stuff. But when you take a step back and you look at it and you realize that it's so intermittent, it isn't a constant flow. It's kind of jerky and jaggy. 1 minute here, the next minute there. Or you're up here, you're down here. You're in between. And the reason this is because it is, I'm not saying that being in the now is a easy peasy thing. Because it isn't, because we have all of these habits through our programming, through what we've been taught and what we've learned, experienced in this life alone. And so that's not our habit, see, it isn't our habit. Our habit is what? Well, it's going into yesterday and tomorrow. It's where most of the people on this planet in this very moment are where? Where are they at? Yesterday and tomorrow. In this very moment, people are lying their heads on a pillow. And they're thinking about what? Tomorrow. Not the now. Most of the people in this country in this very now moment are thinking about what? Tomorrow. And this is our habit. This is what we're used to doing. This is natural for us to live in yesterday and tomorrow. This is where all of our disappointment, anxiety, pain, frustration come from, is by living in yesterday and tomorrow. It is not our natural state of being. Living in the now is our natural state of being. But it seems so foreign to so many of us. It's very foreign. It's not, cushy, good feeling at first, because it's very different than what we've acclimated ourselves to. But eventually, step at a time, because remember, this isn't a race, we start to embrace it and start practicing it more and more, and then we make a definite commitment to be there as much as we can. You, of course, today, stop yourself. I am in the now, right in this very now moment. I'm focused on what I am doing in this very moment, because it's all I have. Now, that's the truth. This isn't some doom and gloom scenario or anything. It's our acknowledgement of the fact that, hey, this stay here is temporary. We're not here for a very long period of time. So that's why we say, enjoy life. Quit taking life so darn serious. Because most of us do. We take it very serious. We have fun. I'm not saying we don't have fun. We do. But not like we truly can have fun. It's just intermittent, It's just not flowing. It's not fluid. And then when we have it, and then it's gone, and then we say, I got to find that again. I like that, right? Or when you have that little bit of bliss bubble up, it feels so good, and you say, and then it's gone. You go, I want to find that again. That's just phenomenal. We all like to feel good, right? Where are our aspirations? What do we go for? Well, everyone in one way, shape, form, or another is looking for what? Happiness. That's what we're looking for. Through different things. And where is that seeking and searching, finding? Where's it at? Out there. It's not, and everything that we're seeking out there is actually in here. So where's your happiness? It's inside me. It's not out there. Yeah, I can find bits of it out there, but it's so darn short-lived. You spend that energy, and then you have a little, area here of happiness and joy, and then it's gone again. Filled with what? Mind chatter. Worry, stress, fear. Yesterday and tomorrow. Comes flooding in. But when we start becoming aware that everything we've ever needed or wanted is within us. We're just not used to going there. See, it isn't something that we do a lot. It isn't something that we think a lot about or feel a lot about. Yeah, sometimes we're there in the moment. Maybe we don't know we're in the moment, but we're in the moment. Other times we're flitting off here and there outside of ourselves, motivated by something, right? Something motivates us. We get excited about something, we go out there. And then hey, if it doesn't do it you ever notice that when you go into the now, like in these meditations, and then you put out a very clear, detailed request to the universe. It could be something you want, whatever. It could be inanimate, material, non-material, whatever. But you put that out, and you're very confident. You have great faith, trust, and confidence in yourself when you're doing this, because you're in the now. You're with the God source. There's no question at all. You have no doubt at all. And you put it out and it's gone. You just leave it alone. It's it. It's already starting to form. That's the now. Now, yesterday and tomorrow, which the majority of the people on this planet live in, yesterday and tomorrow, whole different scenario. You request or you want something, right? But then when you do, you put that out, then you will inevitably have some forms of doubt or fear or doubt. Oh, I wonder if I should have done that. I wonder if I should do this. What will happen if I do this? And you've been there. All of us have more than once. We're not exempt from it. And then we say, wow, I really don't care to be in yesterday and tomorrow. Been there. We've all been there for many lifetimes. It's time for me to be in the now. This is where I can access whatever I choose. Now, you would believe, right, that with that comprehension, we would all be in the now. But what's the missing puzzle piece? Most of us have no clue on how to get there. That's it right there. It's not negative. It's just that majority of the civilization does not know where to start or begin to get there. We've always been taught that everything is outside of us, right? Really, truly. That everything is outside of us. Happiness, go out there and happiness, Happiness is finding someone else to be with. And that's not true at all. Because happiness, being with someone, being happy with someone is attachment. When you attach yourself to something, you suffer. When you don't have that attachment, but let's just say you love that being, but you're not attached to them, you don't suffer. That sounds strange because it's not how you or any of us have been taught. We look at love as love for one another. That's a small part, as I've said repeatedly, of the great love. The love of the God that you are. The love of this existence, the love of this body that we're in. The love of this life. And it's always a choice that we make. It's not about going out and talking to some guru on a mountain or anything like that, or reading volumes of information. It's about you saying to yourself, I think it's about time that I start practicing always being in the now, always being in deep gratitude. Now, a lot of people will say, that's not possible. You can't just be in the now all the time. You're going to go into yesterday and tomorrow. Yeah, you will, but not for long. And it'll get less and less. The more you're committed and you practice being in the now, the less you will be in yesterday and tomorrow. Yeah, it'll taper off. Still going to go into it, but it will taper off. You see how the dots, everything connects. Everything is one. But when you view it from certain perspectives, it looks like it's, well, you have this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece. And you snap them together, like in a puzzle. But then you look at the fact and you say, well, if it is to be, it is up to me. That's the truth. It isn't up to anybody else. If it is to be, it is up to me. And we've used that saying many times. So we just embrace our responsibility for what? Embracing our happiness, our joy, our bliss, our peace, our tranquility, which is all housed within these bodies, which is the God of which we truly are. We are the God source, the God force. We are the heaven. We are the kingdom of God. We're all of it. This is why when I talk about we are the heaven on this earth, because the God is the heaven, the God is in the body. So doesn't it make sense that we are heaven on the earth? So as we maneuver and walk around and we live our lives, we're all heaven on earth. And so therefore, as we become more aware, more committed in this journey of embracing what we are within the body, mastering the ego mind so it then finds peace and leaves, is gone, a master of our thoughts, then we manifest anything and everything we choose. But we're aware of it. But we still have a little bit of spice thrown in so it isn't so plain vanilla. Do you know what I mean? Because we all know, and I know we all know this through our heart minds, if we were that, if we did, we knew everything, we knew everything that we would put out there and we'd experience it, there wouldn't be any spice there. It would get so droll and boring. And this is why we add some spice to it. It perks it up. Yeah, and a little twist and turns in there. This is why we do it. Makes a lot of sense. And once you begin to comprehend that, it isn't this cataclysmic thing. It's a wonderful experience. And we embrace it. We choose to embrace it. It's not one of those things where we, oh boy, okay. It's, wow. This is a big wow. Absolutely. And what we're doing is we are surfacing with ourselves to find freedom from an illusion known as the mind. Isn't that amazing? This is what we're doing. But the mind is there to teach us. It really is. And when you step away from it, often, it shows you tremendous amount of things. And then you begin to know it. You begin to know the mind. And you say to yourself, well, I'm just not going to. I don't care to be in this friction, right? Whatever it may be. You see, so I'm going to go into the now. I'm going to leave my mind alone. I'm going to leave my ego alone. And I'm just going to be. That's what we do in these meditations. We just be. We're still, we're silent, we're relaxed into the body, we're focused on our breath rising and falling. That's it. That's what we do. And it is a simple application, but it also has deep meaning, very deep, deep meaning. And responses and experiences. And the freedom from the mind would be what? Discovering the God that you are in that body. And what that actually means. I'll join you in meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath rising and falling. Dive all the way in. Explore going down to the bottom of your deepest, darkest trench and muck inside. There, you will discover that which will lead you deeper to your core. Just for 5 minutes today. Hang out with your dark stuff. Get to know it. Get to know its vibration. Being with the contracted parts of yourself assists you in knowing what it is you are to transcend. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here tonight after 9:15 p.m. Eastern for the Time for Change call, and Thursday, March 20, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's happening within you or outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.